Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I'm about to show you guys how to make a Battlegrounds game. This is how to make a Battlegrounds game part. Damn, what is this? Is this 4 or 5? I think this is 4. Not gonna lie. I think this is 4. Honestly, I forgot. But anyway, so if you haven't seen the other parts and stuff of the series, go watch those parts first because you're gonna be very confused. As you can clearly see, we already have stuff set up. If you already watched those first couple parts, then you should know, like everything should look familiar and all that stuff. So this video is mainly focused on improvements and stuff. It's another improvement video. I made some changes and stuff to simplify things, make things easier, decided to change things. I was planning to do hotbar integration, but then I decided to do changes and fixes for some stuff. And then I'm going to do hotbar integration in I think this is part 4. Yeah, I think this is part 4. So I'm gonna do hotbar in part 5 of the series and stuff, right at the hotbar, so you can see with the abilities and all that, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So first things first, okay, so I did get a sound from the toolbox. Go to audio, type in punch, you should be able to find a sound. This is a swing sound I got. This is for the player I'm using, the player that I'm going to be, testing with to make sure the M1s work and everything, right? Now to go over changes. Okay. So first things first, right? Let's see, how do I want to start this off? Well, first things first is go ahead and delete this remote event. We no longer need the combat remote event. I actually realized when I was making the Jujutsu Kaisen series and stuff. If you watch my other series, you'll notice that like the way I make stuff is very similar. It's all like I follow the same format, but of course that format changes as I'm like, wait, I could just do things like this. So that's why I ended up changing how some of this works. So yeah, delete the combat mode event. We just need the core mode event, right? So before we get into the actual scripts, we need to make some changes to the way the folders are, because I've had people like ping me, they create posts and scripting supports, they comment and stuff like asking about stuff involving the weapon character and all that. So I'm gonna explain something. So actually I'm gonna change something, I should say. Okay, so first things first, you guys know how we had the whole thing where like if you put a weapon inside of a character, put a tool inside of a character and you name it weapon, then that would be the character's weapon and stuff, right? But what I didn't account for is that, all characters have their own idle and walk animations. Like say, even if the character doesn't have a weapon necessarily, say if you still want them to have their own type of walk and run and all, whatever the case, right? Then you would still want, then the animations wouldn't work because it's under the weapon character. So I'm going to change it to where the animations work regardless if the character has a weapon or not. And this is assuming you have custom animations for each character and stuff. If you just want them to have the Roblox animations, the default Roblox animations, then you don't really have to include this, but I would recommend doing it anyway. So yeah, so you're going to take your idle and walk animation, right? Or whatever animations you got for just generally movement and stuff. Remember we put it inside the character's weapon, right? You're going to take that over to the animation folder, find your character, and then you're going to throw that inside of that character's animation folder, right? So you're just taking out the weapon, boom, right? Now as for the skills, you're gonna leave the animation side of each skill. I want to keep it like that. These character, you guys remember the animation folder, right? So the animations that are going to be inside of each character folder, they're simply going to be for movement animations, idle, walk, run, whatever, and M1 animations, right? So that means we're gonna need to change these. So I just realized. Damn, I just realized I didn't even, because I got new IDs. I didn't even, damn, I just realized that. Anyway, okay. So I'll just figure that out later. Anyway, so we're going to rename these. Do you guys remember how it was 1, 2, 3, and these are our M1 animations. So we're going to change this. You're going to name all of them M1, then in parentheses, you're going to put, whichever the attack number, right? So this is the first one, so M1 in parentheses 1, then keep up the pattern. M1 parentheses 2, then for the third one, M1 parentheses 3, right? That's simple. So once you've done that, you are good to go. And then of course, update it for all your other characters and stuff, right? Whatever, however many other characters you have, we're gonna do that for them as well. So M1, 2, and then M1, 3, right? Boom. And just like that, guys, we are done with all the folders and stuff. And then yeah, just make sure you do that for all the characters. Right, so you just put all the animations inside of them, and you more than likely would have your own custom knockback animation for each different character, depending on how that works and stuff. But it's up to you, right? So we're done adjusting things in the animation folders and stuff, right? Let's move to the local script. So if we open up Starter GUI, open up the character select GUI, open up the core script and stuff, we have a slight change and stuff, which we should only be here for literally like a second. So one, delete the combat event remote. Delete the combat event variable. Of course, we don't need that anymore. We can scroll down here, change this to core event, change the combat event to core event, right? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go right here, and then you put quotation marks, combat, quotation marks again, comma, right? We're gonna have M1s and skills under the same event type. We're just gonna check to see which combat type it is. So then do the same thing, quotation marks, combat, comma, right? And then you're gonna I think it's actually, yeah, combat skill. Oh, I did this wrong. Oh, my bad. There we go. So yeah. So once you generate that, yeah, you're just gonna do core event fire server, and then see that, guys, we are good on local script. Now we can go to the server script. Okay, so open up core scripts, right? We're gonna open up the core script, and then we're going to same thing, delete the combat remote event, right? You also don't need the M1 cooldown table anymore, since I figured out since I made an attack status, or no, sorry, combat status system and stuff. And I dropped that video, well, at the time I'm recording this, I haven't dropped it. It drops tomorrow, but it should be, it's been out by the time you guys are watching this. But anyway, okay, so if I scroll down, let's see. First things first, I want to make some adjustments here, right? So we're gonna change, because you guys see how to set the idle animation and all that, right? We have to adjust how this looks, right? So first things first, I want to copy and paste this, so I'm gonna Control C. Control V. I want to go on the outside of the character added. This is, or sorry, the inside of the character added. This is just to ensure that the player's animations are updated, even if they don't have a weapon character. Wait, okay. Oh wait, never. Sorry, never. You know what? Never mind. I remember. I changed my mind about this actually. So yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna need to change how we reference this. So that's like the left side of the code. Everything to the left side of the equal sign is all good. It's the right side we're worried about. So you guys see how we no longer using the character folder to get our animations for idle and walk animations, right? We're using the animation folder. So we need to go up here and create a variable for the animation folder. So enter, we're gonna say local animation folder is equal to game.server storage, wait for child, animation folder, right? And then I'm going to say animation folder, right? You're going to say animation folder, delete the weapon, the dot weapon part, and then we should be good, because it's the animation folder, the specific character, and then you'll find the idle and walk. So simply you're going to do the same thing. So just Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, then delete the dot weapon part, and then boom. Then you can go ahead and copy and paste this, Control C, and then just paste this over this, Control V, and then boom, we are done updating that part. Then we can go down here. I'm gonna delete this whole thing, but I mean, you could take stuff from it, because like we're gonna be able to save time. Yeah, I feel like we'll be able to save time by copying and pasting stuff. So we're gonna leave that how it is right now. So I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna click the little drop down arrow, right? I'm gonna go right here, this end, press enter, then I'm gonna do else if event type is equal to quotation marks. You're going to put combat, then enter. You're gonna go up here, and then you're going to add an argument. You're gonna say comma arg2, right? Since we're gonna, we have the player. Then if we go here for here for example, right? We have the event type, argument 1, and then now argument 2. That's why we need to add a second argument, right? So we're gonna go here. So for the combat event, we already have our player's character. We're going to we need to check to see which combat type it is, right? So we're gonna set the player's combat status. So let's say character dot combat status. If you're confused as to why we're referencing the combat status from the character, I'm gonna explain that when we get to the Leaderstats script, as I changed it from being parented to the player to being parented to the character, since it's just easier because it'll reset every time the player dies and stuff. We don't have to manually reset it. Saves us some time. So I'm going to say combat status dot value is equal to, in quotation marks, you're going to put attacking, right? Then I'm going to set an if statement. I'm sorry. First thing first, let me get the attack type, of course. I'm going to say local attack type is equal to R1. And then I'm going to say, or sorry, not attack. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I ate some food and I'm kind of tired. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, we're gonna do combat type, not attack type. So we're gonna do combat type, right? So we're gonna say if combat type is equal to, in quotation marks, M1, right? Then enter, you're gonna say combat module dot M1 or sorry, dot m1, and then of course you're gonna set up the player, and then the character's attack number, which is also parented to the character now. Then dot value, right? We're gonna send that over. Then we're gonna have our if statement, so we're gonna drag that from down here. So you're gonna drag this part here. So you could Control C and Control V, boom, right? And then you can really delete. You can really delete that stuff. Oh, I actually forgot to include something up here. So of course we need to check the player's combat stats to make sure they're not currently like stun locked or anything. So we're just gonna say and character dot combat status dot value is equal to quotation marks, right? So we finished M1. Now we're gonna move on to the skill, right? So once we've dragged that, we're gonna say enter then else. If combat type is equal to in quotation marks, you're gonna put skill then enter, right? And then we're going to drag this part. So you're literally just gonna drag this, just drag and drop. So Control C, well not really drag and drop, but just copy and paste. Control C, Control V, and then while we're gonna bring this over, we're doing this differently. So you can just copy and paste the first one. So you could just Control C, and then Control V at the end, right? So we're gonna change this. We're going to, you can delete this part. You're gonna say comment module regular brackets, then you're gonna say character dot current character value, right? Then you're gonna do parentheses player comma skill number, boom. So we don't have to actually you have a whole if statement and whatnot. We can just have one line that handles the entire thing instead of like 5 to 6 lines, right? So then guys, we can go ahead and just delete this whole thing. So from line 89 to 126, we can just delete the whole thing by 40 lines, right? And just like that, we have shortened it by a lot. We've shortened it, simplified it, made it much easier in my opinion. Is that right? So just like that, we are done with the changes to the core server script. We can now move on to the changes to the leaderstat script. So you're simply just gonna copy and paste the attack number and combat status, Control C. You're just gonna take that and then you're gonna put it inside the character added, right? And then you're gonna say Control V and then just change player to character, right? We're parenting it to the character now, right? And then yeah, that's all you have to do on the server, on the leaderstats wise. Then we're going to open up the combat module or combat scripts and stuff. This is the combat module. I honestly want to wait, combat script. I honestly want to rename this the combat module, but it doesn't really matter. So then we're gonna go here, right? And we're gonna change how combat is. If you haven't seen my most recent video with hitboxes and stuff, I now do combat via hitboxes and raycasting, which in my opinion, and a lot of people have told me before too, that touched is horrible to use for combat. Stuff raycasting is so much better, especially now that I learned how to fully use it with hitboxes. Stuff it's so much better. So we're gonna change how this works. So first things first, let me get the sound service. So, we have our sound effects. So I'm gonna say local ss is equal to game hit service sound service, right? Let me just double check. Okay, I'm good. Right. So we're gonna change how the M1 is done and stuff. So we're gonna delete some things, add some things. Okay, so for here we're going to say okay. So here we're just gonna say this in quotation marks. You're gonna put M1, right? Then you're gonna put the left parenthesis quotation mark dot dot dot, right? You put a space if you want. Then after we convert it, we're going to put dot 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 quotation marks. Then you're gonna put the right parenthesis, right? Then we can really delete all the stuff with the hitbox because it doesn't matter. The hitbox just needs to exist. We don't actually have to like do anything with it, right? So honestly, I'd say we could really delete. Yeah, you could really just delete the whole function. Honestly, just delete the whole function. Then you can delete that part, and then you don't need that part. So yeah. Now moving on to we're going to set up the raycasting. So first things first, let's get the start position. We're gonna say local start. If I know how to spell correctly, start position is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot hitbox dot position, right? Then for the direction, we're gonna say local direction is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot hitbox dot c frame dot look vector. Then we're gonna set up our raycast params. We're gonna say local raycast params is equal to raycast params dot new enter. Then you're gonna say raycast params dot filter type is equal to enum dot raycast filter type dot exclude. Then raycast params dot filter descendants instances is equal to special brackets. And you're gonna say character get descendant, right? Then we set up the raycast, and now we'll cast the ray. We're gonna say local ray is equal to workspace raycast. For the origin, that'll be our start position. Or sorry, start position, comma, then our direction. Then you're gonna multiply it times whatever your multiplier is. I personally went with 3, but you could do like 5, 6. Just mess around with the number till you get whatever you want, right? Then comma, raycast params. We're gonna throw our parameters in there. Then we're gonna set the if statement to make sure, or just generally to see if we made contact with a player. They're within range, or NPC, whatever. You're gonna say if ray. You're gonna say if ray and ray.instance. So one, the ray was casted, and then make sure that it made contact with something. Then I'm gonna check if it's either a player or an NPC. I'm gonna say ray.instance.parent find first child in quotation marks but humanoid. I accidentally capitalized the I. It's lowercase. Ray.instance.parent, right? And then lastly, we're gonna check the combat status. So you're gonna say and ray.instance.parent.combat status is equal to, that value is equal to quotation marks, then enter, right? And then we can simply do our damage. So we're going to create a variable for the enemy character. We're going to say local enemy character is equal to ray.instance.parent, right? Then we are going to set the enemy character's combat status. So combat status dot value is equal to, in quotation marks, attacked, right? And then we're going to do damage. We're going to say enemy character that humanoid, that health is, I don't know, less than equal to 5, I guess. And then we're going to set their status back. So we could really just copy and paste this. So you could just Control C, Control V, and then just delete the attacked. You could put a test.wait in between this, like right here and stuff. If you're experiencing issues where like the enemy character is still able to attack while like they're being attacked, then you could put like a test.wait 0.1 or 0.2 seconds here to create a kind of delay effect, right? But yeah. And then I think that was really it, honestly. And then here we set it back. Oh, well, I gotta change this. So character.combat status, right? And then that reminds me. Okay, so I updated here. I just want to make sure I parented everything. Oh yeah, see. I had thought as much. I forgot to update the things here. So this is supposed to be character since we parented to the character now. So Control C, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, right? And then okay, so all that checks out and stuff. So yeah, so just that, guys, we're good. We can go ahead and test to make sure everything is working accordingly, right? Hold on, let me see something. If I bring up the asset manager, I'm curious, can I get the most recent? Oh wait, no, that's not how that works. Oh no, that's not how it works. Anyway, so let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works correctly, right? And stuff. Like I said, in part 4, the next one will be I'll be including hotbar and stuff. But as always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts and models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Okay, so as you guys can see, our animations are working good and stuff. The M1. The reason why it's not playing the 3 different ones is because the 2 animations I forgot to switch the animations and stuff. But yeah, I forgot to change the IDs, but I think everything is working. Let me look here, but I'm pretty sure everything is working correctly. If I go to, where's attack, okay, there we go. Yeah, 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, yeah, so everything is working correctly. And then if I were to drop in a rig so we could test, I'll drop in a rig to test it. Now if you want to test with NPCs, I'll show you guys how you can test with NPCs, right? You would go to avatar, rig builder, block avatar. You would get your NPC, and then you would insert a string value, and then you would rename the value to combat status, and then you would just leave it as it is, so that they could be attacked. So combat status, and then boom. So there is no animation. Like I said, the animation, it won't really work right now, but let's see. Okay, there we go. So we're dealing damage. There we go. Okay, so it works and stuff. But yeah. Oh wait, I just realized the sound isn't playing. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to include that. That's what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go right after the animation plays, and then I'm gonna say ss dot what was it? I forgot what I named it. Swing is what it is. Swing. We're gonna say ss dot swing play. Yeah, that's part 4 of how to make a Battlegrounds game stuff. Part 5 will include hotbar integration stuff. If there are any features, anything you guys want to see me include, any issues, bugs you're experiencing, leave them in the comments or DM me, stuff in my server, whatnot, and then I will definitely fix them for the next part. So thank you guys for watching the video and supporting the series. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you want access to either one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.